Alrighty, Doctor from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I guess the numbers are out. Did we have numbers? I think we had some numbers. Let's see what the numbers were. It just it perpetually is. It's number today, number tomorrow, number every day. Let's see. Let's see what they look like. Let's see what they did to the stock market too. Let's put that on the screen for you. Let's see. And I hope I did say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody. Let's go find it right there. So obviously right there, it's a little push down. It went up and played with that 5,491 on the futures contract. Let's widen that out a little bit just to show you what's going on there. So the number came out. Okay, here it is. The numbers are hotter than expected. June price PCE price index 2.5 versus 2.5 estimate. Oh, it's the actual. Oh, wait a minute. More stuff inside of it's hotter. That's what it is. Yeah. So, I don't know. They're trying to say it's hotter, but it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it came down from 91, 92 off the news to 86. That's kind of... I don't know, what is that? That's kind of, I guess, how do I say it? Easily and not disturbingly. But basically it's much more chill, I guess you could say. There's not much going on that you would be totally paranoid of from the news itself. And let's see. What's it doing to the dollar? Let's put the dollar up there. I don't think it's going to have much of an effect on the dollar. But we'll see. There's the dollar right there. It's just rolling. It's still a little twisted on the, it's been like that all morning long. It's not moving the dollar, that's for sure. The dollar is kind of just cruising along as usual, without any real, yeah, the dollar is trapped in a what's the best way to describe that? It's trapped in a sideways channel or an envelope. It really is. It's not it's not really being super They're not running away from it, and they're not running towards it. That's what it really comes down to in the end. They really aren't. They kind of almost don't care. When you look at the pairs trades, it seems like the dollar is losing a little bit over time, but then it jumps back up a little bit. It goes back and forth. There doesn't seem to be a big hunger to get out of the dollar. And so I'm not really that concerned about the dollar. As much as everybody in the United States, everybody walks around saying, oh my God, the dollar's getting slaughtered. Okay, June core, that's what it was, up 2.6. They were expecting 2.5. And let's just go take a look. I mean, the stock market's not moving that much. I mean, it's up. I think it's up from the day before anyway. So you can see it, drifted down to, from 92 basically down to, it's at 81. It dropped 11 points. It does seem like it's kind of trying to roll over, but you can see on this screen here, on the largest of the intraday charts, it's still in a buy. The second largest is just rolling over now. The third largest amount is rolling over, rolled over with it. And you can see here the intraday has been rolled over for now about 10, 11, 12 bars since the top here. So I don't think it's going to be that damaging. It just seems to be classic, I guess, in essence. That's what it really comes down to. Classic markets going nowhere slowly, nowhere fast. What can you say? All right, let's put the dollar index up on the chart there too, and we'll switch over to our beta. We're getting better with the beta every day. We're finding out more tools and how to. You can see it's in a weekly sell for 3 weeks. Obviously, it's not looking like it's going to try to change that scenario. It looks very comfortable in that direction. Oh, let me get the chat line up. I didn't get the chat line up. Sorry about that, traders. I was drifting around trying to dissect the news. There's Janos. Yo, Janos. VIX, still looking at it to move higher. Yeah, I would think so. It's in the weekly buy. I agree. What are we trading today? Anything that's volatile. Definitely, we like volatility. Let's put the, let's see, where is the VIX on this thing? Let's go find the VIX. Do I have the VIX on the beta? Let me do that too. Let's get the VIX on the beta product. Let's see, add a product. Do I have VIX on there? I think I have VIX on there. I don't know if I do or don't. I don't think so. VIX ETF, create, and then let's go find it over here. File. Where am I at? I'm going to open it up. Yes, file. I got to open up there like that and go to 3. There it is. Now that there's a little action with the VIX, we have a half decent reason to actually look at the thing. Now that's the wildest part out of it all. Let's shrink that down a little bit. Yeah, see, it's down today. VIX is down today. Not the price of the VIX is down, but remember, we still have another. This is based off of the options. Remember, that's based off the options. So the options are not exactly moving around too aggressively at the moment. Let's just export this to the beta. There it is right there. And go, oh, you know what? Cancel. It may not need exporting. Let's see. We switch to API. Let's see if it does that. And then let's go to user. And let's put that in there and see how that goes. There we go. Access. Now let's go back to it and see what happens. I don't think I have to export it. I think I just... Nah. Let's just try it one more time, but more than likely I do have to export it. Let's go like that. We'll find out where that's at. Let's see, what do I do here? There we are. And so the VIX, let's go back to the user, charts. No, they don't follow it. Okay, so I have to export it. So let's export it. File, export. Okay, now let's import it, and you'll be able to see the VIX. And also, while we're doing that, let's do this too. Let's put it up on the screen for you on the other page. Right there, there's the VIX. You see it's down a little bit for the day. I don't really have a lot of confidence that it's doing anything more, let's see, than just bouncing around. There's not a lot of push. Switch to upload. There we are. Choose. VIX. Where did I put it? Let's delete that. Delete that. There it is. Yeah, there's not much reason to think that the volatility is going to jump too much. I mean, they've already pushed it up. Now, there's no doubt that there's a good chance that... let's try it again. Open and upload. And it's uploading. Wow, cool. So, the VIX, as we said yesterday, is it's a lagging indicator. It shows you the temperature of the market now. It doesn't really show you the action, I guess you could say. It doesn't really reflect that. And what's coming next week. The only thing we can say best of all is we're in the second week of a weekly buy. Let's move that 0 line down to there. And we're 3 days in a daily buy, and I guess you could say 3. What did we get? We went 3, and then we went 2 days in a sell, and then back in 3 days in a buy. So was that 6 out of the last 8 days it's in a buy, and just like it's on 2 weeks in a buy now. So that's that is really the action of it all, and it's just trying to tell us that the weather is going to be cloudy with a chance of meatballs. I think that's how the best way to describe it. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. And there you go. You can see it again here too. Let's go over to the beta. There's the beta showing you the same thing. You see 2 days in a sell, and then it jumps back into the buy again, and 2 weeks in a buy. So that's the VIX, and it's not the most important thing in the world, in the sense of following it. It just tells you what the temperature is. That's what it really comes down to. And like I was saying yesterday, it's important, basically, is he still looking at it to move higher? It's very important to watch the straddle more than anything else. Watch the straddle. It'll tell you where things are going. If the straddle, as time goes on, obviously a straddle will decay. But if there's some news coming out on a product, the straddle, the at-the-money call and put will tell you where the market makers, not the market itself, but the market makers, where their heads are at, what they're thinking. And so I remember, I always like to try to remind currency traders, when we had Brexit going on, and I kept on telling everybody, they've got the straddle, set for 3,200 handles to move. And people were like, what? It's like, yeah, this thing could go up or down, 3,200 handles. Or 32 handles, not points, full handles. Sure enough, it ran 32.5 points. Went from 135 to 115 in a matter of a day or half a day, 20 minutes or something like that. And I was telling traders here for 2 days, the width of the market was extreme, and no one was saying a word about it. And so, just look at the straddle. If you're going to watch the options for volatility, watch the straddle. And that'll tell you if something new is coming up or if it's slowly decaying every day and heading down. That's the best answer of them all, really. All right. Let's see where we at from here. So we did the VIX. We answered Janos's VIX look. Let's go take a look at... we just got done the dollar. So what is next? Day week 3. Okay, let's do this. Let's close that, and let's go over to. Let's see, close workspace. Where are you? There it is. And let's go over and take a look at the currencies. See what the euro is doing this morning. They've been in that trapped situation where you have the euro and the cable both in daily sells and in weekly buys. So the market is sideways. It's telling us that it doesn't have a clear direction. And it's been that for days. I think it's like 5 or 6 days on one and 6 or 7 days on the other one. So, it's really screaming that they have no conviction at the moment. There is no conviction. Now this morning, let me switch screens again. So this morning, right there, you can see, it's climbing back into the daily buy when it comes to the euro. You're looking at 3 solid weeks in a buy right there. And, then when we looked at the dollar index, let's do this. Let's put the dollar index on the beta. This way we can just flash back and forth without being too complicated. Where's that at? Scroll. Oop, wrong one. Wrong thing to scroll. And then go like that. There we go. And let's just put the dollar up there again, so you can bounce back and forth. So you see here, the euro is trying to lift up, and you can see right here, the dollar index is lower than yesterday, and it's trying to move down. And you can see this is actually in a minus. I think it's in the minus now, and it's in the weekly sell for 3 weeks, just like it's in a three weeks in a weekly buy. It's the flip side. The euro is the best pairs trade to watch. It's let's see. You can see it's down there, and let's see, daily. Yeah, it's playing with it's a minus right there. See, a minus, whereas the others were pluses. So it's there. There's not a great worry about it. We can go look at the gold. Gold is always there's a couple things to look at. Like you go over to here, we can look at the 30-year bond. Look at the fundamentals. You see here they're lifting the bond up more now today, but still it hasn't gotten into the buy. The weekly has flirted all week long with in and out of the weekly sell. So this is, remember traders, when the price of the bond is going down, interest rates are rising, and when the price of the bond is rising, interest rates are going down. And so that's that combination people are looking for. I guess they keep on saying yesterday they said it. I haven't heard what they analyzed today, but they're saying basically the chances of a cut are slowing down again. That dance goes on day in and day out. One more thing, I am closely watching NVDA. Let's see what that looks like. NVDA. Okay, here we go. Here's NVDA. Get that up on the screen. All right, there is NVDA right there. You see it's still in the sell from there. 2 weeks in a sell. Pressure is on. Basically what it comes down to is, it hasn't, when you look at a product, and you go scroll back, and you're looking at April here, right? And the product's trading at the $75 area, $76 area, I don't know, something like that. The low is $76.40. So you can basically say the $77 area. The product almost doubles from there to $140. The high is $140.76 right there. So you're talking about something that almost doubled in price in 2 months. Okay, 2 months, not even. The middle of, what is that? That was, the date is April 19th, and that high is June 20th, all right? 2 months in 1 day, all right? It's almost doubled. It's like 47%, 48%, something like that, all right? And now it's fallen from 141, basically, down to 115, 114, something like that. It's gotten a little bit lower. Maybe, what's these two lows the last couple of days you're talking about there, like 106, something like that. Still 50% up. 50% up, at least, isn't it? From 76 to 14, that's 40. It's awful hard to take it too serious. There's no doubt they've knocked it down, but it's not. It's still well above the century mark. It's at 114.72. We're seeing a rotation. This is not a bear market. This is a rotation. You can't be up 50% or 40% in 2 months and only give back 35, 40% or something like that of the gain to be called a bear market. Come on. This is, and when you look from the beginning of the year, how much is this thing up from the beginning of the year? It was here is August, that's August. Let's see, here we go. So from the beginning of the year, it was a $48 stock. closed that day at $48 even, right in there, in January 2nd or something like that, January 4th. So I mean, it has tripled in price. So it's awful hard to be like, oh my God, somebody's taking a profit. It's like, yeah, it's up. Take a profit. If you don't take a profit when you're making money, the next time you're getting out of the position is when you're losing. So take a profit, whether it will go down or not. Well, it goes up and down every day during a period of a week. Well, right now we've been in a weekly sell for 2 weeks, and it's shown that it's going down. I would like to see it below the 100 as it gets dumped by everyone. I don't know if it's being dumped or profit. It's more of profit taking than anything. It's rotation. Truly, it's a rotation going on. Because, I mean, when we go and look at, let's see if we can do this. Let's go over to the beta. And here's the perfect example. Here is the Russell. Let's go to the beta. Let's see, where are we at here? There it is. Here is the Russell. And the Russell has been on a tear. It's gone from 202 to 224. It's over like a 11%, 12% gain right there, in that same time period. Basically, it's up for that same time period. And then when we go over and look at NVDA, that same time period, basically it's down. Then you go over and look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the great lady itself. You can find it right there. And there's the diamond. And diamond is basically almost unchanged from that point there. It's just a little bit below it. Just a little bit compared to the NASDAQ, or here's QQQs of the Tech 100. You can see they've been smashing the enormous glory out of that, going from like 494, 495 down to 458, like 50 points compared to 10. And then you go over and look at the SPY. The SPY is the same way. They've been rotating out of the big successful tech stocks, and they've been buying the Russell and the Dow, and they're spreading out, or was it flattening out the participation. There's way more things starting to participate. That's the positive thing out of this movement. So they're just taking money out of things that have gone up 3 times in value. Microsoft and Nevada and Apple. Apple, you can see Apple's kind of, just when everybody was starting to lose faith in Apple, next thing you know, it goes roaring up through 200 and jumps all the way up to 237. Right now we're sitting at 218, yesterday's close, so it's 19 points. Not bad. It's they're taking profits. That's what it is. It's not a bear market. It's profit taking, and they're all up for the year. Just enormous numbers. Let's see. I would like to see it. Yeah, I'll tell you, the 100 would be very interesting. If they took it underneath the 100, maybe they would do a 2/3. Let's do this. Let's go over to here on the Nevada. And let's put one of those cute little Fibonacci things on there. Where are they at? Right there. So in other words, you take that and then you go to that. Alright, so there's the high and the low of the last 2 months. It went down to the 1/3 basically, right to there. It followed it down nicely. Now it's bouncing off of the 50 percentile now. That's what it's doing. You see that there? That's the green line. And so it's bouncing off of the 50 percentile. Now it's trying to get back up through the 1/3, and we'll see how it rolls over again. And as you can see, the math starts to pick up on it a while ago where it's breaking down. You can see here, it's starting to roll over, breaks the manifold. That's what we use the manifolds for. You see those manifolds here? It starts to break underneath it. We start to know that there's issues. You see how it bounces off of it, and you get the bump. And then it breaks down below it again, and you get the break. That's what the manifolds, the nonlinear manifolds, reflect right there. Work and then head home. All right, I will be on the background if you need me. No problem at all. Janos, have a safe and smart weekend, and we'll try to WhatsApp you somewhere along the line. If not, Monday morning we'll text you to confirm it while I'm up and running. All right. So yeah, you can see here in the Nevada, it's bouncing off the 50 percentile 2 days in a row here now. They're playing with it, and they're not really happy about the idea of going below it at the moment. And so that's what we'll see is what they are doing. We could go and look at all the other products and see how they've acted with the Fibonacci sequence, but you'll see that the Fibonacci sequence follows our math. It's not we follow it, it follows us. We lead it. Our math starts to lead the Fibonacci sequence. So I say that on my my LinkedIn. I say that all the time, that before there was a Fibonacci sequence, there was just our Chicago quant shape and value of time. All right, and that's why we can say that. When you look at it here, you see our math is turning before, like here we're in a buy, runs up, hits here, makes a high, all-time high, and then from that low point, and our math starts to go into a sell that day. You see our math turns into a sell that day. Okay, so here it hit all-time high. That hit all-time high, but it wasn't breaking down. It hit all-time highs here. All these were all-time. Well, that was an all-time high. That's an all-time high. You don't see our math turning. When it finally hits an all-time high and our math turns, it tells you that it's breaking down. That's usually the way it works. That's how good the math is. And then you can see the weekly joins in with that. It starts to curve. It starts to curve a couple days ahead of it. They're all curving a couple days ahead of that all-time high. Then when it breaks the manifold on the fast one, it links with the daily sell at the same time. It's breaking through. As the slow one hits the manifold and bounces, so does this off of a Fibonacci sequence. And so our math is pre-Fibonacci. That could be literally the title today. Here is a pure documented example of it. And it does that all the time. 86 out of 100% of the time it does it everywhere. And so here is an actual obvious example of Chicago quant technology ahead of the Fibonacci sequence, which is, for technicians, that's, it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's it's something to be, paid attention to, you would think, at least I would. All right, traders, let's get back to the currencies. So there's the euro. Let's take a look at the cable. Cable still drifting. That's still drifting. And the weekly, 4 weeks in a weekly buy there. And that's pretty much the answer to all this, is that the cable, which has been outperforming the euro for months upon months upon months, is just drifting back. They're probably taking a little profit taking, and we can go look at that too between the euro, GBP. You see that there? It's still in a weekly sell from up in here. You got a little, daily buy right there, and it's trying to be a little bit firmer today. But overall, the cable has been outperforming it. And so that's the that is the I guess you could say that is the real deal in the end. The real deal. Now from there, yeah, how about I'm seeing that on the tape there. France rail network hit by arson attacks. What is going on there? And the Olympics is starting, isn't it? So terrorists are going after the Olympics? What's up with these people? Can't they be happy about anything? Good Lord. It seems like death and destruction seems to be their answer to everything. It seems like very unfriendly, let's put it that way. All right. So there is cable, and you can see how cable is underperforming. Good. Russia sending saboteurs? Yeah. One was caught. The story is hilarious. Oh, geez. Figures. They hired a whole network. What is it? What is wrong with them? Can't they just get through the day without shooting at somebody? Drunk, typical Russian. Yeah, he got shit-faced before getting onto the plane, so they put him on a black. That damn heart blocks out things. Blacklist. Okay. He then drove to France from Turkey. Oh, good. Turkey's involved. No wonder their currency is like in the, is falling apart. Let's see. Let's see. How do you spell Fibonacci? Fibonacci. Fibonacci. Oh, I'll figure it out. Cops picked him up. He was set on fire. He was set to set up on fire a railway. Jeez. Got shit-faced in Bulgaria and told all the locals what he's doing. Oh man, they really bring in the rocket scientists to do this stuff, don't they? Now his buddies are razzing down vital infrastructure. 3 out of 4 succeeded. Well, poor France. I saw where the mayor of Paris was swimming in the Seine or something like that. Saying, "Oh, this thing, it's clean. It's safe to swim in." That type of thing. It's I guess the craziness just goes on. It just never stops, does it? They're just hungry to drive everybody out of their minds. Let's see. Yeah, so all right, so there it is there. You can see the euro is underperforming the cable. And so where do we go from there? Let's go over to the Swiss. There's the Swiss. Swiss still on its drift down. Let's grab one of these cells. There it is. It's in the cell there. Let's grab one of these buys. And so you can see here it's just staying in the cell, dragging its feet underneath the manifold. It's definitely oversold, that's for sure. When it's this deep down underneath the manifold, you're really becoming enormously oversold, And so when you start to see the fast turn up, you know that we're going to start seeing some strength. And that's, then when you put the Fibonacci sequence to it, you see that the Fibonacci sequence follows that. It doesn't lead it. That's pretty much what it really comes down to. So it follows it. Never really pushed it too hard. We've talked about it here once in a while, but there was a good example when trying to figure out where it could go on a visual. What else can we say about it? It just lags it, I guess. So that's it. All right. So from the Swiss, let's slide over to the yen. The yen has been on a nice downdraft. Look at that yesterday. Nice push down. Daily sells. It's cleanly through. Did it fall? I don't think it did. It fall in the sell last week? No, it did not fall in. Wait a minute. You know, it did, because look at the plot 4. It's a minus. So it went into the weekly sell last week. There we are. There we go. Oop. Let's just go back there. Indicator. There we go. I just got the title all taken care of. I love it. I love it when we come up with something like this in the middle of the webinar so that we can actually make some sense out of it all. So that is our title today. Fibonacci lag CQT indicators. All right, there it is. And so you can see here the yen, you know, they've parked it down at the bottom. You know, a little bounce there, dead cat bounce, which makes total sense to me. Let's see, financial world. But it appears that it has no impact on the financial world. Nah. Could you look at the Goldman Sachs? It appears that you algo spot on caught the move upwards. Let's see. Where are we at now? I got it there. Let's do this. Let's go over to CQT platform now. Click diddy doo da. Quant. There we are. It's in a buy for the last 3 days, and it's in a weekly buy, yeah, for the last 4 weeks. So it's been in a buy since back in here. It's still holding on and lifting up. So that's yesterday's move. Did they put out news on it? Let's see what it looks like live. Because remember, the CQT is only showing you yesterday's close at this point. And let's see. Where do we go from here? Let's go over to, where's CQT? I'm not CQT. Open. And right there. There we go. So you'll be able to see that. There's Goldman, yeah. Yeah, it's a 4th day in a buy now. There you go. Still lifting up more. And you can see the 4 weeks just like we have it on our beta. And people can contact Robin at Chicago Corp if they want. Yeah, Chicago Corp. Chicago Quant Technologies if you want to test our beta platform. You're welcome to. And so there it is right there. That is the answer to it all. What else is there? I guess that, you know, Goldman is, they're not as bad as they used to be, but Goldman is kind of lost when it comes to what it is. You know, it's an old investment bank. It was one of the bigger ones. They controlled a lot of market for a long time, and now they're a bank because of the QE. They had to become a bank. And, you know, their brokerage arm is not performing as best as it could because the markets stink, you know. When it comes to being able to, you know, it's the Federal Reserve controls everything. And so, in other words, brokerage houses used to be the buyers of last resort. They moved markets around. Now they have to follow the Fed all the time. Let's see, it appears, what does CQT stand for? Chicago Quant Technologies, or we call it the shape and value of time indicator. So, but that's Chicago Quant Technologies. Cool. Yep. No problem. So, that is, you know, that's the action you see is that they are really a confused entity. You know, they were forced to be a bank, and so they are a bank, but they don't really have much bank branches. You know, I think they might have bought a small bank, you know, just to act like they're a bank or something like that. But they're a brokerage house since there's no law anymore. There used to be a law called Glass-Steagall, and it separated brokerage houses from banks in the United States. and now that's been removed. And so with it being removed, it kind of, there's no doubt Goldman's doing great. I mean, I think that's all-time highs. That's what I miss about the J4X. But let's just scrunch this up. I think we're at all-time highs there. Matter of fact, let's do it this way. I'll go over to Yahoo, and we'll go take a quick deep dive on it. But I think we're at all-time highs when it comes to Goldman Sachs. GS. Yeah. We're at all-time highs here. That's what that is. All-time highs. Now this is back to 2020. So, and we can go, I guess, whatever, all. They have one that says all. So we go there, and you can see that's all the way back to 2005, before QE. You see it was there, and then QE drove it down to, lost 50% of its value. Is that what it lost? No, it was at $240 before QE. $244 was its all-time high, and QE drove it down to $54. It lost 80%. That's why we have QE. QE has supported this market all the way up. That's what it's all about. QE. If you have an earnings, we'll buy you. Something about, in high school, but something about having a pulse. Damn, I love jokes about Goldman Sachs. Oh, we used to hate Goldman Sachs as best as we could. Goldman Sachs is a bunch of front runners, and if they say buy, normally you want to sell because they're trying to sell and they're trying to get people in to buy, and vice versa. They in the financial markets over here in the States, we've always known Goldman as a front running thief, basically. If you're going to try to convince people you care about things other than money, may I suggest you remove the words gold and sack from your name. Yeah, right, exactly. 8.7 billion of our money has gone missing in Iraq, and I don't even know they have Goldman Sachs over there. Yeah, more than likely. They used to front run a lot of trades. We used to complain all the time to the Securities Exchange Commission. It was like, wait a minute, why is the stock going up before the earnings come out 2 days ahead of time? Why are they buying calls on us? They're buying calls, and the stock is down, and they're buying calls. And then all of a sudden, boom, the earnings come out, and it's ahead of the, they all knew it. It's like front running all the time. So, yeah, there's a few companies out there like that. I remember one time Newmont Mining doing it. We're trading the options in the pit, and next thing you know, 2 days beforehand, the stock's down. Earnings are coming out, and they're buying calls left and right. Like someone comes in to buy 500 calls, which back in those days, 500 calls was a lot. I broke records filling orders like that. I did a 800,230 buy of a box once. Can you imagine? 800,230 calls and puts as a box. I remember I thought a third of the option floor came running into the room. I did it in the British pound. They came into the trading floor in the currency area, and they were like, "Who did that?" Oh man! Back in those days, an option was $1 commission, $1 a contract, $830,000 commission. $230, $800,230 commission in like 20 seconds. I remember, what was it? The ones that created the soybean spread, the crush spread, the Ritchie brothers. They came running into they were in the pit because they were trading currencies, and they were like, "How do we get into this trade?" I said, "You got to make a bid. Have standing in the equity market. You have to you can't match unless you're already there. Something has to trade to be able to match the same price. So they did the 230 just so they could match to be in there to do like 250,000 options." It was funny, 250,000 options. They got a quarter of the trade. So anyhow, yeah, that's Goldman. I can ramble about Goldman all day about stuff they front run and no one cares. The government never cares. All right, from there, where did we at? We were at the yen, right? Let's go back to the yen, unless someone wants to see something in the stocks. We'll close that workspace again. Yes to all. I thought I just closed that. That's Robin stock. Okay, what was that? We were looking at the Fibonacci sequence on, what product was that? Oh, NVDA, that's what that was, yeah. BAB, you want to see BAB? Yeah, we can do BAB. I haven't seen that one before. AVGO. Okay. And Tesla. Tesla we can do easily. We can do those two really easily. Let's go back to that again. These are on my watch list. Let's take a look at them. That's why you should have the CQT platform. Open workspace, and let's reopen that up again. BABA really surprises me because it's so tied to China and how well it performs. You would think that it would look like copper or something like that. There's BABA right there. I don't even have the dots on it. You can see it's in a. That's today. It's trying to go into the daily sell. It's been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks now. It went into the buy back in here. There it went into the daily buy right there. It's been a daily buy all the way up to there, I guess it is. And went into the sell. And then it tried to push into the buy yesterday. I don't know if let's turn the dots on. Let's see, close. Indicator. And where are the dots at? Dots. There you are. So I actually tried to get into the buy there yesterday, and it's back into the sell again. And so I mean, right now it's trying to tell us that it wants to try to lift. It's it's definitely digested what's going on here from the $80 area down to the 75. That's really tight, really, when you think about it. It's $5. That's not bad. That's not bad compared to falling from, what was that, $90 when it went into the weekly seller. It was at $80 there. And kept on rolling all the way down to 73. Again, I'm really surprised that BABA is nowhere, does as well as it does. I think BABA at one time was, let's just check it. I think it was way higher though. I think BABA was like a $200 stock. Yeah, it was a $300 stock back in 21. Boy, they were happy with the Trump years. You would think, they always say that they're angry about the Trump years, but look at the way this thing has paled off. As soon as Biden got in there, they smashed the daylights out of this thing. It's lost 75% of its value almost. And that is something. I guess it's reflecting the economy there. I guess in many ways we're looking at the economy when it comes to that. And I guess it'd be interesting. Can I? Yeah, I guess I can. Let's look at copper. HG. Right there. There's copper. In the same sequence. 5 years. Doesn't do as good a job. Let's try that again. Okay. Now let's go to the 5-year part. So for the 5 years, same situation. It seemed to top out, bring it down, and it tried to get back up there again. No more than, what is this, like monthly, I guess it is at this point. And it's rolled over too. but it did go after it again. We did not see BABA up around 300, that's for sure. All right, now let's go take a look at Tesla. Right there. There's the Tesla. And Tesla's trying to get into the weekly sell now. It is. You see the green, the slow is already there, and this is mixed up. We got to get the histogram changed. This is the blue here is the white histogram really that we normally look at, and would you believe the histogram now on this, we're trying to get it changed over. We just got to switch it around. Just put the wrong colors in and made one the wrong histogram. The histogram is actually the blue line. Look at that. That's kind of interesting. The fast doesn't want to break down with what is that? Tesla. Tesla doesn't want to break down. It's been in a daily sell for 8 days now. Actually, I think it went into the buy yesterday. Let me go take a look and see. But I believe Tesla went into the buy yesterday. Yeah, there it is right there. Went into what is that? There's 25th. Yeah, it's going into the buy as we speak. Could have sworn last night we put it in a buy. So curious. And you can see here the fast, which is really curious. Is you can see it's staying in the buy. And it's trying to break down with the fast, but it's not doing it too well. Oh, you can't see that. Here you go. Where's that mouse? Right there. You see that? It's trying to get into the buy. And that would be something, if this survives the weekly buy, which it looks like it's going to do. And you can see here now the daily is trying to join in. What are they going to do? Probably take it up to this area here, something like that. Let's see. They are Amazon and Eurasia. Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly it. AVGO. Let's put that in. Let's see, where's that at? Go like this. And put it in where coin is at. AVGO. Let's see. AV. Oh, it's already in there. Good. Okay. We've looked at it before. Oh, what did it get crashed? Or did they split it or something, or what? Did it crash like that? Oh, they must have split it. That's what it is. Let's put it on the beta instead, because the beta will reflect it more correctly. So let's go to that. Where's the see, like that, like that. Oh, and you know what we should do? Where did we leave off on the currencies? We left off on the yen. Let's just show you the last two currencies in case somebody tunes in and says, hey, how come we didn't see all that? We'll show you the gold and silver and all like that too. And then we'll get out of here. So there's the yen. There is the great experiment, still trying to expand itself. Let's see, products. Add AVGO. Stock. Bingo. Create. All right, now let's go to user and give me the power to it. There we are. All right, there we go. Now let's go back to there and check it out. Oh, okay, we gotta fix that. we go. Switch to API. There we go. And then there we go. And you'll see it up on the beta. There is AVGO. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. So you can see there it's in the second week of a weekly sell. Wow, daily sell. It's been in a daily sell since back to July 5th. It's been in a daily sell for this whole move down. Got very close to getting into the buy at one point, but it's a daily sell all the way. And 2 weeks in a weekly sell. There's your AVGO. Let's see. Due to you, see, these are my watch list. BA, and Tesla are due to you because of me. They are Amazon of Eurasia. Yep, the Chinese knockoff of Bezos. I was thinking of Bezos this morning. He hangs out around here. Oh, he's looking like a stud. He's got big arms now. He's very healthy. He's not a little wispy guy anymore. He's weightlifting and all that other stuff. He's very healthy. Let's see. I guess that's about it. Let's go take a look at, before we get out of here, there is the South African Rand. It is rolling over a little bit. So we go over and take a look at the metals complex. Oh, let me show you the Rand real quick. Where's that mouse at? There it is, the Rand moving down. So let's take a look at the gold, silver. Let's do it on the other platform. Make it easier for life. Here. Let's see, right there. And right there. And there's copper. We'll go through them real quick. There's copper. Tried to lift up. Seems to be stalled. Still in a weekly sell. You see here on Friday, silver. Same situation. Daily sells for days upon days and 2 weeks in a sell. And then gold. Gold hanging tough on that weekly and trying to lift up. Still 6 days in a sell. Platinum, same situation. It's 4, 8, 10 days now in a sell and 2 weeks in a sell. And then we go to crude oil. There's crude oil. And you can see there, crude is trying to get into the buy. It was plus before. It's starting to remove itself out of that. And you can see it's a second week in a sell, pushing down at this point. Brent, same thing. And natural gas. Let me just show you natural gas. I think it's rolling over again even harder. No, that's not it. Natural gas. Right there. Flirting with the $2 area again. $2.03 a cubic whatever. Foot, yard, whatever. And that is the energy sector, and that's the markets, and that's Doc saying, everybody have a safe and smart weekend. We'll catch you all Monday, TGIM, and we'll see you then. So this is Doc saying, happy trails to you until we meet again Monday. Happy trails to you, to all our Dukascopy friends. All right, traders, have a safe and smart weekend. Ta-ta.